Hi guys, welcome to My Guy Reviews. I'm My Guy Monkey, and today we're going to be quickly talking very briefly about Girl Gun Double Piece. It's on in the under £12 sale till the 4th of July on PSN, and the question I'll be asking, or hopefully convincing you of my opinion, is should I play this game? And it will depend on your taste. This is an Ecchi Romance Rail-Shooter note. So if you love rail shooters, you might well like this. But it does have ecchi elements, and it does have a romance story as well. Several romance stories actually. It's got replayable romance stories along the way. It is in Japanese, but it has most of the dialogue written in English. But sometimes you can hear things being said that you won't know what they're actually saying, but that's very rare that you won't know what's going on. You always know what's going on, in fact, and you don't really need to be speaking Japanese to understand the game. Read all the text and enjoy the story. Romance. You are playing a male character, and he's looking for the love of his life in one day. That's the part of the story. So you will be having dialogue options for speaking, and you will be reading and seeing a relationship develop between one of two main characters at first, and then more things open up, more options open up as time goes on, as you complete the game. And the ecchi element is the more problematic element, which it's the ecchi, if you don't know, is a term for anime, so that's Japanese anime, Western term for Japanese anime, which is slightly sexualized. It's not hentai, which is real pornography, things like that. It's not that, but it means it's got it's supposedly cute sort of sexy elements, which might not be to everyone's taste. I mean, this game is set in a school, so it's a fairly typical trope for Japanese anime to be, to have these sort of ecchi sort of school-based settings for anime, for films and movies and series, and some games like to do it as well. And actually, this one, there are quite a few trash games out there that do this, and I'd say this isn't one of them. This is a really well-made game. So there are some things like the Senran Kagura series, which really do come off kind of cheaply made, just for silly perversion. For some, if you're into that sort of thing, I suggest. I don't want to recommend this game to you. I don't want to be recommending games for any of that reason. You can. I suggest you get help if you have any issues in those terms. Don't play this game if you have that sort of interest. But if you can get over the fact that there's some slightly bizarre choices of camera angles and things for a video game based in school, then if you can get over that and not be ashamed of it and just play it for what it is, then I think you will really like this game if you are a rail shooter fan. So let me get on to if you are a rail shooter fan, hopefully you will enjoy this game. It's not move compatible, it's all done with the joysticks, and there's quite a lot of depth to this game. You start off, you'll start off playing just firing your gun. I mean, the way that it's set up is that you're firing a pheromone gun, so you're not shooting schoolgirls to kill them. You're subduing them. You're stopping them from getting to you with this pheromone gun, which is, that's part of the ecchi element. It's supposed to be funny, but it's a bit strange. But obviously, it allows the game to be what it is, which means you can basically got a rail shooter set in a school. You've got different stages. You've got every stage is unique, and the great thing about it being set in a school, I've found in other games that are set in schools, is that all the characters that you meet are in detail. Because it's got a small castle, they're going to be in detail. They're going to you're going to be able to recognise over time. You'll be able to recognise every single character and what their weak points are, which makes the game replayable and masterable. It's not that hard a game, but you can find more depth and more difficult tasks and challenges with the trophies and trying to get high scores as you go along. So yeah, I highly recommend this game. I've had a great lot of fun getting all the trophies, especially the data gathering trophy, where you have to explore and look for the characters in certain settings and get measurements and things and find their diaries and things like that, and that just gives you extra to do, and it's obviously personalized to every single character. So you've got 3 classes, 21 in each class, plus maybe 10, 12 different extra characters on top of that. So you've got like 30, 40, 60, 70 odd characters that are personalized and detailed, and every single one has their own ending, and all the main characters have endings and true endings, which gives you all replayability. Every stage gives you a choice of which stage to go to, or if there's only one stage, there's usually a left or right choice somewhere in there, so you've always got that element. And yeah, so there's a lot to be enjoyed in this game. I highly recommend, if you do have a problem with sort of the school girl element, you could download one of the outfits to swap out the outfits. That costs you another £12 for, I would recommend, set 2. If you want to swap their outfits over to, you can then swap them to warrior and sorceress and I think cleric, and I think it was dancer, the 4th one. So I set those things up recently, and it gives it a different flavour, and it takes away some of that element if you're uncomfortable with that at all. So yeah, that's about it. I don't want to really give any much more the complexity away and the depth that you will discover as you play the game. But I can do an additional video if you're interested in hearing a bit more about what those details are, what it sort of opens up as you go along, and what it's all about. I mean, you can just beat the game just by just playing it plainly, just bashing the fire button and then doing the small events that they have in between, which are kind of risque events as well, and final battle and all this stuff. But you can get more out of the game as you go along if you want to collect everything, if you want to really get everything you can out of the game and really replay it. I think it's an amazing game. I just started another game after playing this game, and I found myself coming back to this game even though I've now done all the trophies and everything. I'm still discovering more about it, and it's still quite pleasant to play. So it's skill based as well, because obviously you are moving a cursor around trying to shoot at speed and accuracy. So it's a skill based game, and yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. So yeah, please let me know if you bought the game, or if you're thinking about buying the game, what you think of it, and yeah, whether you would recommend it to other people, what kind of warnings you would give, advice, and yeah, what you think of the game as a whole, and what the positives you think. I think it's got a lot of in-depth things to look at, and I think it was a good purchase on my part. I purchased it back last year sometime, I think, and I put it down. I didn't play it for a while because I was a little bit ashamed of the buy. I was a bit uncertain about it, but now I've played it, I'd be quite proud to call this one of one of my favourite games at the moment, definitely. You've also got collectibles and stuff in each stage and things like this, which is really great and cute. And yeah, thanks for listening, and have a good one. Subscribe, like, comment. All of those things really help us out, and even though we can't make any money because we haven't got as many subscribers as you now have to have, we really appreciate your input, so we know that we're doing something that people actually want to watch. And yeah, thank you and goodbye.